In this slide, we are going to see impacts of modern climate change. So there can be negative impact as well as positive impact. Basically, a few degrees of global average warming over the next century would have a significant impact on the life on Earth. Now, when we see impact, we have to bear in mind that the local temperature can vary considerably over time. The global average temperature of the Earth will be very stable, and the variation would be just a few tenths of a degree per year in terms of global temperature. However, a small change in global average temperature are associated with massive shift in Earth's climate. So, as an example, if you see the annual average temperature during the ice age was about 6 degrees Celsius colder than the rest of our present climate. The glaciers covered much of the North America and Europe, and there was so much water tied up in the glaciers that the sea level was approximately 100 meters lower than it is today. So the net effect of all these changes was that a completely different distributions of ecosystem, so which you can imagine. Now warming by a few degrees Celsius over the coming century compared to the warming since the last ice age, so it implies that there would be enormous change in the environment. Also, it will be bad for human progress because humans are adapted to our present climate, and the infrastructure which we have built, it has cost us about trillions of dollars of in terms of money which has been invested, and so that the place is livable as per the present climate. Similarly, if we invest in agricultural infrastructure in the regions today which are good for farming, and as a result of global warming, the regions where we have invested for agricultural infrastructure, so those may not be good for farming in future. In cities, we have built our cities at as per the present sea level, and if sea level rises, or if the cases of floods increases, then the infrastructure may not be able to handle that kind of change. So in that case, we may need to build the agricultural infrastructure in new regions, or we need to build coastal defenses in the cities, or we will have to, or we may have to relocate the cities in response to higher seas, and enhance our infrastructure to handle more such storms or floods. However, there are some positive impact also because of warmer temperature, but those positive impacts are very few. So because of less cold weather, mortality is one of the positive impact, and there can be benefits to agriculture for few crops because of the fewer freezing events which destroy some crops, and plant growth may be enhanced in some regions. However, the negative impacts are much more as compared to the positive impacts. In some cases, the agricultural damage because of pests, or less wintertime precipitation falling as snow, reducing snowpack and meltwater, and stressing fresh water supplies during the spring and summer are some of the impacts which may happen because of the modern climate change. So, to summarize this slide, the questions which may be asked may be on the negative impact of climate change, and what kind of infrastructural changes which we need to make in order to make the agricultural practices to continue, or the physical infrastructure which we have built. So in order to sustain that, what kind of investment we may have to make so that the cities remain livable, and because of impact of modern climate change, so that the impact on the infrastructure and the cost to rebuild will be too high. There may be a few cases of positive impact also, but those cases are very few, and the negative impact outnumbers and outweighs the positive impact.